Please set up Blair. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We are at T-minus 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go until launch. We are awaiting here the go, no go poll for New Glenn's first launch to space. Now, at this point, we're going to throw it over to launch control. They're going to go around the room and see if we are ready to go to space. Keep in mind that upstairs we have our launch control and our mission control room. In the mission control room, we have the team that is managing our Blue Ring Pathfinder payload this evening. As we mentioned on the last webcast, I'm particularly proud of our Blue Ring team. It's the team that I help lead here at Blue Origin. They have been working very hard on this payload, and they are ready that as soon as the second stage separates from the first stage, the fairings will deploy, and it is heading out to MEO, to Middle Earth Orbit, where it is going to remain up there orbiting the Earth for about 6 to 8 hours or so, collecting various data, checking all of the various systems, primarily telecom systems. There you see poll coming in here. Stand by.
Go pending L-10 actions in work.
Roger, report when those are complete. Recovery.
Go.
PLI.
Go.
LSO.
Go.
OSM.
Go.
RC.
Go.
ESR.
Go.
AC.
Go.
And BMD.
Go.
LD is go as well. All stations LD on count 1 with the terminal count. Briefing all personnel remain in current positions until launch. Maintain operational silence in the control room. All controllers move to count 1 for launch. If a constraint is observed between now and launch, commit. Announce hold, hold, hold on count 1. Briefly state reason. OSM LD set hold fire switch to launch position.
Launch.
And LD is in launch. Guido, verify, abort, request, flag, false.
Abort request is false.
Roger.
Launch. This is our first flight, and obviously we've prepared rigorously for it. But no amount of ground testing or mission simulation is a replacement for flying this rocket. Our key objective today is to reach orbit safely. Anything beyond that is a bonus. And believe me, we are nothing if not persistent. Now we're getting very, very close here. T-minus 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go until launch. Our terminal count is beginning in just a few minutes. You just heard it right there. We are go for launch this evening. But one important aspect of our rocket that we haven't really touched on today, our New Glenn rocket is called New Glenn. It is named after an American hero, John Glenn, the first American to orbit Earth, circling it 3 times in 1962.
He also served as a U.S. Senator for more than 2 decades in the state of Ohio. And then amazingly, Senator Glenn flew to space again in 1998 at the age of 77 on board the Space Shuttle Discovery STS-95 mission.
Now, this gentleman led an incredible life. He died in 2016 at the age of 95. But shortly before he died, our founder, Jeff Bezos, was able to connect with the senator and tell him that we hope that he'd be willing to lend his name to Blue's first orbital rocket. And we have here a copy of the letter that he sent back. You can see it is really meaningful to us. Just a moment, let me read you a couple of words. When I first orbited the Earth in 1962, you were still 2 years from being born. And when I returned to space in 1998, Blue Origin was still 2 years in the future. But you were already driven by a vision of space travel accessible not only to highly trained pilots, engineers, and scientists, but to all of us. I'm deeply touched that you've named the second generation of those rockets New Glenn. As the original Glenn, I can tell you, I see the day coming when people will board spacecraft the same way millions of us now board jetliners. When that happens, it will be largely because of your epic achievements this year.
I get goosebumps every time. You know, he's the first American to orbit Earth, and I've seen that letter hanging in our headquarters building in Kent.
Yeah, it's one of our treasured artifacts. Everybody, we're at T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go until launch. We are very close. We are coming up here on terminal count. Do not go anywhere.
T-minus 4 minutes and counting. Terminal count active. Safing timer started. ES safing pins disengaged. T-minus 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Upending system armed. Magic charge initiated.
Our team is now securing all the commodities to our first stage and our second stage. They're also going to be draining and purging all the umbilicals that are supplied to New Glenn.
T-minus 3 minutes. GS2 hydraulic secured. Magic charging complete. T-minus 2:30. GS1 pre-press start.
We are now pressurizing the tanks to their flight pressures. Of course, this is crucial
GS2
for the
chilled
performance
pre-press
of
start.
our engines. Getting ready for launch.
T-minus 2 minutes.
We're now going to be switching off the ground power supply and transitioning New Glenn to its internal vehicle batteries. When this happens, the vehicle is now powering itself. Let's do this, New Glenn.
T-minus 1:30. Power internal.
There it is, New Glenn is alive.
T-minus 60 seconds. Range green. AFSS flight enabled. APU's running. T-minus 30 seconds. GS1 at flight level. GS2 at flight level. Big water start.
That's a big water command. There's a water deluge. Here we go, New Glenn.
It's time to do this. Let's light this candle.
Autopilot enabled. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Lift off. All
7 engines at full thrust. Chamber pressures are good. Vehicles cleared the tower. Now passing 18 seconds into flight. Engine chamber pressures look good. 27 seconds in, vehicles now begun the pitch roll maneuver to point downrange. Body rate responses are nominal. Chamber pressures continue to look good. Now 40 seconds into flight.
Oh my God!
End of roll, strakes are now level. Chamber pressures continue to look good. 50 seconds in. Data quality looks good coming down from the vehicle. Chamber pressures continue to look nominal. 1 minute into flight. All 7 engines continue to look good on the first stage. Data quality is good coming down from the vehicle. Body rate responses are nominal. 1 minute, 15 seconds into flight.
As we build a road to space for the benefit of Earth.
Profile looks good. Performed well. Now passing 1 minute 30 seconds into flight, passing Mach 1. New Glenn is now supersonic. Engines continue to perform well. Now passing through Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Body rate responses are nominal throughout the boost phase. Data quality continues to look good. Chamber pressure is looking good. All 7 engines.
Through Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. The toughest part of the flight on that vehicle, we have
now passing 2 minutes into flight.
And New Glenn continues
Chamber pressures continue to look good on all 7 B4 engines. Acceleration profile is good. Body rates look good. 1 minute to MECO. B3U LH2 chill-in started. B4s continue to perform well throughout the boost phase. Now passing 2 minutes, 30 seconds into flight. Trajectory is nominal. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Approximately 30 seconds remaining in boost phase.
And here we are, coming up
Chamber
on
pressures on all
MECO.
7
Main engine cut off. Let's stand by for that.
Continue to look good. Stage 2 RCS priming. Now passing 3 minutes. And we have MECO. We have stage set. And we have ignition on both B3Us. Chamber pressure is good. Now passing 3 minutes, 40 seconds into flight. Body rates look good. Data quality coming down from both stages. Looks good. GS2 performing a pitch-up maneuver. Body rate response is nominal. B3U chamber pressure continues to look good. We have good payload fairing jettison.
Separation confirmed of the 2 stages.
Good. Tank pressures are within their limits.
Stage 2 is now continuing its launch and flight up into MEO.
Passing 4 minutes, 20 seconds into flight.
Our booster is going to try to make a landing.
Less than 3 minutes now remaining.
See the landing target out there in the ocean. We are going to land on the Jacqueline, the landing ship that is awaiting this beautiful booster to make a landing.
GS2 bottles look good. Trajectory looks good on both stages. 4 minutes, 50 seconds into flight. Now passing 5 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. Thrust on both BE3Us continues to look good. 5 minutes, 20 seconds in. Less than 2 minutes now remaining to GS1 engine ignition.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us for New Glenn's first launch to space. So far, 5 minutes and 30 seconds into launch. Everything continues to be nominal. A clean separation of stage 1 from stage 2. Stage 1, our booster. We are looking to land it on our landing ship, Jacqueline. There you see its targeted landing spot where the feather is there. And stage 2, carrying the Pathfinder for Blue Ring, will continue its mission up towards MEO orbit, where we will be collecting data for 6 hours. But let's continue to watch here as the two vehicles continue on their way.
Good, both BE3Us. Confirm GS1 engine chill active. Less than 1 minute now remaining to exo-atmospheric engine ignition. 6 minutes, 30 seconds into flight.
So coming up here, we're going to see the middle of the 3 7BE4 engines on the booster light up.
Good. Chamber pressures on both BE3Us.
This is going to slow the vehicle down, and then as the vehicle gets closer to the landing ship, the Jacqueline, the 2 outer of the 3 middle engines will shut off, and just 1 in the center will remain to help slow as well as guide the vehicle back to the landing ship. As you've also seen on the booster vehicle, we have the steering fins at the top of the booster, as well as the strakes, which act essentially as wings. This vehicle is flying back to the Jacqueline, providing lift to come in for a nice, soft, and vertical landing onto the landing ship, the Jacqueline.
Seeing good chamber pressures on both BE3Us.
All 3 engines relight confirmed.
Body rates look good on GS2. Continuing through its planned burn. Now 7 minutes, 45 seconds in. Seeing good MR response on the B3U engines, seeing good throttle profile. Chamber pressures continue to look good throughout the burn. 8 minutes, 20 seconds into flight. GS2 tank pressures staying within their acceptable limits. Body rate responses look good. Chamber pressures look good throughout the burn. 8 minutes, 40 seconds in. Now passing 9 minutes into flight. Continue to see data from both stages. GS2 data quality continues to look good throughout the burn. Chamber pressures, both engines staying very close to each other. GS2 trajectory is nominal. Less than 3 minutes now remaining in the GS2 burn.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Wow, what a moment so far. We obviously have some frozen data here on our stage 1, on our booster. We're still waiting to understand what the situation is with the booster. Meanwhile, our second stage, GS2, continues
10 minutes, 20 seconds into
its
flight.
ascent, as well as its climb towards MEO, which is where it is headed this evening. We are still waiting.
You see good throttle response
Again,
on both
our
these
first
engines.
our primary objective, getting to
rates,
orbit
continue to
safely.
look stable
Let's stand
throughout
by
the
here.
Tank pressure is staying within acceptable limits. Bottle pressures look good. Data quality continues to look good throughout the GS2 burn. "11 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. GS2 is now 1,700 kilometers downrange, traveling at 6.7 kilometers per second. Data looks good coming down from TDRS. Both BE3Us continue to look good, tracking nicely in chamber pressure. Body rate responses are stable. 12 minutes, 10 seconds into flight. We have IAP vanish. GS2 is now orbital. Seconds into flight. And we have engine cutoff. Body rates look good following engine cutoff.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. SECO, we cut off the engines on the second stage. What does that mean? That means that we hit our key, critical, #1 objective. We got to orbit safely. Congratulations, Blue Origin. Y'all have gone orbital. What a day. We see our team down in Huntsville, our teams in Kent. I know the team out at Cars Park down here in Florida, they are all losing their minds. Congratulations, everybody. What a day. We are in space. We've got our Blue Ring Pathfinder ready to warm up, ready to start drawing in all of that great information. What a day. We're going to go to Cars Park here. We have Eddie Seifert.
14 minutes, 10 seconds in the flight.
Hey. Ariane, we are so happy to be here at Rocket Park, our orbital launch site. This team is so proud that we got to orbit. What an incredible rumble from the B4 engines. This was such an experience to live together, to be a part of this community.
Amazing. You can feel the energy. What a fantastic day. Thank you, Eddie. To the whole team, again, congratulations on getting to orbit. Now, I know all of you are tuning in. We're still trying to get all of the data here. We seem to have lost telemetry on the first stage, on the booster. We very well may have lost the booster. We are still coming in with all of the information. I want to make sure that we get you the right information. But nonetheless, the main objective that we were going for this evening is that we hit orbit. And now I do have confirmation that we did in fact lose the booster. You can see from the map there how close physically the booster got to making its landing. Of course, we'll have all of the information on what exactly happened with the booster in the last moments. As you did hear, we did have the booster relight the 3 middle engines, which is what we were looking for. So things we know were good up until that point. But we just need to go through the data. And of course, after the show, on all of our social media channels, we are going to have more information on those details. But key here, we hit our main objective. We got to orbit safely. Let's go up to mission control and launch control. Maggie, what's going on upstairs right now? I bet our team is pretty excited.
The fives, Ariane, they were high. The bumps were fisted. It was, oh my gosh, it was electric. I've got these people here. They're still working. They've been standing up. They've been sitting down. The folks behind me are celebrating. It is a good night here up in Mission Control. Obviously, you know, as you mentioned, lost the booster, but there is still a lot of work going on. We've got these guys in Mission Control, guys and gals in Mission Control, ready to keep watching our second stage, see if that Blue Ring Pathfinder can continue on its mission. And, you know, the work's going to continue for quite a while tonight, Ariane.
That's right. That's right. My team, our in-space systems team, their job basically has just started, right? They're going to get that Blue Ring Pathfinder going. Maggie, can I ask you, we felt it down here in the studio. What was that rumble like as New Glenn was taking off?
It was hard to describe. It was the rumble, the railings shook, but also it was so bright, Ariane. That whitish blue light out there was just impossible to take our eyes off of. Everybody here was glued to their view right over there, and it's been just incredible.
Amazing. You can see on our screen there, we've got the executives. We see there in the middle, we've got our CEO. We've got Jeff Bezos. We have Dave Limp, our CEO. Mark Featherstone, who has been on this program since day one. I see the deputy of our New Glenn program losing it. This is a replay of the executives, of our team members, as New Glenn was taking off. Man, oh man, what a moment. And as Maggie was mentioning, what's so cool about when New Glenn takes off, not only is it bright like a lot of those rockets, but that LNG burns this beautiful, beautiful blue. And man, the skies over Florida were lit tonight. And New Glenn, Stage 2, continues its mission up to MEO. What a fantastic day. This team, Blue Origin, across this country, you guys should be so proud of yourselves. Getting to orbit is hard. There are not many countries, companies, whatever you want to say it, that have ever been to orbit. And y'all, we did it on our first go. Congratulations. That is huge. Denise, you've been at this company for several years. I've been here a decade. You've been here for 4 years.
Almost 5. Yeah, I actually, I started crying. I'm filled with excitement, and I'm just filled with gratitude. You know, like, all of us play a small part in this success. It really does take thousands of engineers to really come together and work together to make this happen. And I'm just very grateful and humbled to be a part of it. And I'm also just so incredibly proud of our team. And I know we talked about the rumble, we anticipated it, and I knew it was coming when we cleared the pad, and it's still, I'm speechless. It felt like an earthquake here at the studio. It was, yeah, I'm very emotional, very happy, and very proud.
Congratulations. High five, girl.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a moment to reflect on the key moments of today's mission. We met many of our objectives today. We exceeded them. So some of those milestones, we had a clean liftoff. Man, oh man, I will never forget the view of those 7 BE-4 engines and the blue coming out of those nozzles. We had stage separation, a clean stage separation, a clean fairing separation. And then you know what? we reached orbit. Now, we are still going to take some time to deliver our deliver our payload to orbit. As a reminder, the blue ring Pathfinder is going to stay attached to that second stage as it orbits the Earth, collecting all its data, testing all of that very important telecom and avionics technology that is going to roll right into our Blue Ring program, to the Blue Ring vehicle itself. Now, we didn't have booster landing, but man, we got close. And as we have said in the previous webcast, it is about collecting data. Data is the currency of success, and if, with that being the case, we collected so much data, and man, oh man, we were going to take that information, we're going to roll it back into the next New Glenn, which is literally over my shoulder, waiting to have all of that incorporated. I mean, all of this, the engineering that has gone into it, the testing.
And all the lessons learned, too. You know, these are really complicated, intricate engineering systems that we have designed, and it's really hard to do. And every time we get that data and we can infuse into the next iteration of it, of course, we have a GS1-2 right behind us. So there's another booster coming, and we're just so proud.
We cannot wait to bring you that next launch. I'm raring to go. Denise, it has been a joy to have you here. Thank you for all of your insights, for your joy, your passion. You exude Team Blue and New Glenn, Team New Glenn. Well, let me just ask you, what are you going to remember the most from this evening?
I think seeing that image of the 7 BE4s after it cleared the pad, I mean, again, we know from analysis and data what it's supposed to look like, what it might sound like, and we've envisioned it for years. And then to see it on the screen, it was honestly the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it has, again, as you said, we've all had these visions in our mind. We've had animations, like what we think it's going to look like.
Yeah.
But there is nothing like seeing that real booster, the real, did you see that flame come out from the base of that vehicle as it took off? It is just insane. Thank you so much for being a part of today's webcast. It really has been an honor to be with you, to take part in our first New Glenn webcast. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us.